Woo! There I am. Happy Monday, everybody. And as I always say, Monday, you can trust that day. You really can. It's nice to be back in the chair. If for those of you who don't know, I was away for a few weeks. We went to Jamaica Mon. I'm still saying Yaman to everybody. We had a great time down there, even though we did catch some of the, I guess it was Fiona, maybe a little bit of Ian down there. And one day, wow, it just poured rain, but it was straight down. And it was in Jamaica, so who cares, right? So it was good. We had a nice time and did some excursions, all that stuff. But nice to be back in the chair here. And not much changed, I guess, as far as, wow, there's still lots of stuff going on in the area of Sarnia, Lambton. And we got out and did some stuff on the weekend I'll talk about in just a moment. But I think the official, the way to say that fall is here, or maybe even winter. Do I even want to go there yet? Is Sarnia Sting, right? Sarnia Sting had their preseason games, and they've had 2 games. We'll talk about them coming up in just a moment. But first, let's go. There's Alan, all the way from Winterpeg. How you doing, Alan, from Winnipeg? Thanks for watching. And Mr. Cachamilio, happy Monday, Mr. Burrows. Thank you very much. Happy Monday to you, Danny. And where is this? Is Corinder? No, this is not pre-recorded. This is me live. Go ahead. See, that if it was pre-recorded, I couldn't put comments up on the screen. How you doing? All the way from England. Thanks for watching, Corinder. And where else we got? Welcome back. Yes, thank you very much. Lots of chatter going on out there. Yeah, if you've got some comments you want to say hello, or if you ever want to ask my guests a question, put it in the comments. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and who else? I don't know where else, right? And we're obviously simulcasting. We're reaching our friends all around the world, England, Winnipeg, etc. Right? So who else we got? There's Deb Patel. How you doing, Deb? I hope you're doing very well. I'll give a plug out just because Deb said hello. No One Stands Alone, right? This is a great book put together by Deb Patel and many of her supporters. A guide to resources and supports for mental health. Here in Sarnia Lambton. And I know there's a Chatham Kent version. Anything else going on with that, Corinder, right? Or, Deb, right? You watched the Sarnia Sting the first time? We did live stream. It wasn't me. There was a one-camera shot, but they live streamed the preseason games. Unfortunately, I can't live stream the actual games because Kojiko does that, right? You can watch it on television, and you can pay through the OHL to watch the live streams, and they get the feed back from Kojiko. So there you go. On TV, yeah. Shay. Hey, Shay, how are you? Vacation was amazing. It was awesome. I mean, it's vacation, right? How does it go bad? The only thing I was bummed out about, we went to Rick's Cafe. I did some cliff diving. Well, not cliff diving. They call it cliff diving. I jumped from way up high into some water. And I didn't drown or anything, so I'm okay. It was good. Yeah, we went to Rick's Cafe, drank beers, etc., rum, of course. We were supposed to go to Bob Marley on the one Saturday, and they canceled because of the weather pending. And then it turned out to be a beautiful day, but then we didn't have time to do it after. So I'm bummed that we couldn't go. But and I sent you a message, by the way, Shay. Let's connect if you're interested. I don't know if you got it or not. And Deb says, I'd love to connect with SMAA to support with booklets. Well, there you go. That's awesome. Right? And what else we got going on here? You have many, many questions for my guest this evening. Okay, that's good. Connor Smith, dare I, Dave, how many? It's better be polite. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant? I don't know. Are we getting into bad jokes or dad jokes? I still have my 365 dad jokes right here. If you want, we can randomly go through these. Not today. Deb, yes, I'd love to connect. And waiting for the answer from send you a message to my scouts. Sounds good. This week would be great. Tomorrow's a good day. Anyway, send me a message. We'll get into that there. Get your questions ready. Yes, we're going to get to that shortly here. And I had a little bit of something about live. It just doesn't always want to cooperate. But let's get into this. Of course, it's a happy Monday. And we want to say thank you to all of our supporters. Hughes Intelligence, Barry Bentley and his team from Hughes Intelligence been supporters here for many, many years and supporting our Sarnia Sting broadcast as well. Huron Signs SWO, a part of the AG Event group of companies supporting us from day one. 10 and a half years they've been a supporter here. So thank you so much to Guy and his team. Joe's Discount Tire, just at the bottom of Indian Road here. Make sure you tell them that I sent you and make sure you got the right tires on. I can't remember the explanation. I'm not the tire expert, but they told me that like all season, well, I'll just get all seasons tires. All seasons tires don't cover all seasons. So I don't know why they call them that. You still need winter tires. And that's coming, right? So be ready for that. Tourism Sarnia Lambton always been a great partner and supporter of us. And our friends at 24 Taxi, we like to give them a shout out and say hello as well. What else we got here? Can't believe it's October. Yes, I know, right? But the events don't stop happening just because it's October. Of course, we were talking about the Sarnia Sting. Of course, their first official game of the season coming out strong against the Kitchener Rangers. A final score of 6-3 there. And then they would go on. And this is a bit of a rivalry. You know, they got the rivalry with London, but they got a little bit with Windsor as well. And Windsor came down here for, thank goodness it was a preseason home game. But Windsor really came down and took it to us here. That was a 7-1 preseason. Doesn't count. Doesn't matter. We went down there. The Sarnia Sting won 2-1 in that final. So the Sting coming out the gate saying they're ready to play. And I got to tell you, there's many rookies that were there last year, and they got to play, you know, some playoffs. And I think that could be advantageous for them coming in to have that experience. So, but we'll see. It's early, but the next game coming up Friday, October the 7th. And keep an eye out on my Facebook page. I just might have some tickets to give away for some lucky folks who want to go down there. I will be back at the Sarnia Sting live from the concourse, giving updates before the game and at intermissions. And I haven't talked to him, but I have a feeling Jay Peckham will probably show up and be a co-host. And listen, if you are somebody who goes to the Sting games, enjoys the Sting games, and you'd like to join me as a co-host or a fan live from the Sarnia Sting concourse, I want to hear from you. Keep an eye out on Facebook on how you can fill out the form and say why you think you should join me as a co-host. I want to get as many different folks and fans of the Sarnia Sting talking about the Sarnia Sting and what they think. And it's a fan perspective, if you will, right? So keep an eye out. That's coming to the Facebook page as well soon. Now, this past weekend, no secret, Jennifer and I ride motorcycles, and we love to get out and tour around, and we got back just in time to be a part of this. The Misfit Elves put together a poker run, and I'm going to say they had 80 bikes anyway. Just show up. Of course, Mother Nature cooperated. And we did a poker one. You ride around to different locations. The fire departments were involved. We went to 4 different fire departments, like Thedford and Forest and Watford. And then we were all over. It was great. And a great turnout. And the Misfit Elves raising money for Christmas is for Everyone, a fundraiser in Petrolia to make sure that young children have a toy and some food at Christmas time. So we were really happy to get out, and you can see even this dead guy on the bike there. He went for the ride along there as well. It was a lot of fun. Really cool truck there, and there's a great turnout. And honestly, that's not even those are only half the pictures that we were able to put up here today to show you. So yeah, great turnout for that. You may travel from the UK to Sarnia. Yeah, okay. We could see that coming for sure. Okay, hey, if you like to laugh, who doesn't like to laugh? Sympathy Laughs Only is coming up, and it's this Friday as well. So you want to get your tickets early. Doors are 7 o'clock, and it starts at 8 p.m. on October the 7th, this Friday. If you're not going to make it to the Sting game and you want to get some laughs in, this is happening at the local library here. And it's going to be hosted by none other than Chris Norton, Aaron Hopkins, Alan Hopkins, Lauren Creighton, and Dan Edwards going to be sharing the comedy. And I'm pretty sure Chris Norton, as the host, will be sharing his comedy as well. So you can get out, all sponsored by the Tin Fiddler. So good for some laughs there as well. And of course, 'tis the season for fair season. And we've had a lot of that happening already. but the infamous Brigden Fair is back again this year. How wonderful is that? That's happening all this weekend. Now, if you've watched some of my live streaming broadcasts, you'll know that I live streamed the lawn tractor races. That's right. It's a thing out in Petrolia, and they're going to be at the Brigden Fair this year as well. 2 races. Come on out in person, and I have a feeling we're still working out the logistics. I may be there live streaming the races as well. So looking forward to getting back to the Brigden Fair. I couldn't quite do it because of that thing that happened the last couple of years, right? So we're looking forward to getting back into that and enjoying the festivities. And I gotta get me some peanut brittle. It's sinful, I know, but it's the only time I get peanut brittle, and I look forward to going to the fair. We missed the Forest Fair because we were in Jamaica. So I don't know, Forest Fair, Jamaica. Anyway, 'tis the season for ghouls and goblins and ghosts and whatever else you can come up with, right? Halloween is probably the funnest holiday of the year, and the Sarnia Street Cruisers last year did what they called a trunk or treat, and they did it at Canterra Park. They're going big this time. It's going to be happening out at Hiawatha coming up on October the 29th from 4 to 6. And I'll be there live on location showing all the goose and goblins that are going to be down there. And it's super, super exciting. They're going to have some Star Wars characters down there. Like, I'm talking top notch. They're coming from all over to do this. They're going to have some ghosts and goblins running around, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And you're going to go down and see some cool cars. Bring the kids down, kids 12 and under. And there is a catch. You got to bring a canned food donation that will go to the Inn of the Good Shepherd as well. So we're going to have some of those characters joining me here on the show coming up in a few weeks. So be sure to keep an eye out for that as well. And again, I'll be there live on location. Again, October the 29th for children 12 and under, moms and dads. Bring the canned food donation in support of the Inn of the Good Shepherd. That's going to be a fun time for sure. I can't wait to do that. All right, well, let's get to the whole point as to why we're here. You know, sports is big in a lot of towns, but it's certainly big here in Sarnia Lambton, and the Sarnia Minor Athletic Association is no stranger to making sure that these sports happen. And I've got my friend Grizz. That's right. That's his real name.
Yes.
Hi, thanks for being here, Grizz. I really appreciate that. You know, you heard me kind of say there, the SMAA is it's really an important part of our community here when it comes to the sports and making sure things happen. And that kind of sucked for a couple of years.
Yeah, it was tough. With not having any sports really hurt a lot. So
yeah. Now you're tell everybody who you are. You're part of the football side of things.
Yeah, I'm the SMA football chairperson, so I oversee it all and try to set everything up. Part of the committee there that runs everything.
Yeah, nice. You said you had I know you told me you had a scrimmage there just this past weekend, I think it was, right?
We just had one on Saturday, had all the teams out there just to see where they're at and make sure they're all set up good and get a feel for everything. And then we'll get ready for our kickoff this weekend.
Yeah, what was that like? Did you get some, moms and dads and everybody out there, football fans? Were they cheering away or what?
Yeah, it was actually really great because I was kind of standing on the field, checking out both sides of the field, making sure everything's going well, and just hearing everybody cheer again and roar their kids and everybody playing, having fun with it. It was really, that makes it good. That's what all the craziness for the last few weeks really hits you there, is because you're happy to see it and hear it, and the sport is back.
Yeah, right. And the kids, of course, they're happy to be outside running around and playing with their friends and all that sort of kind of stuff as well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
This is let's talk about the money side of sports here for just a minute, because you and I both know that it's not always cheap to or affordable even for some parents. Some kids want to play, parents can't afford it or whatever. Does SMAA do anything to help out with that, or are there things people can do to assist with that funding?
Yeah, there's programs in the community. We have YRAS, which is similar to Jumpstart, and they actually were donated a lot of costs this year to help cover for parents that couldn't afford.
Right.
So there's a lot of programs for that, and your Jumpstart through Canadian Tire helps out. And the one thing about football is, it is costly, obviously, like everything, but not too crazy. We're the one sport that you got to provide your cleats and a mouth guard. We take care of everything else. It's all included in your price. So.
Oh, is that right? Wow.
So you pay for minor league football right now, it's $180, and that goes towards our costs and the field and whatnot. But that gets you your pad, your pants, your helmet, and basically, like I said, all you need to come out with is shoes or cleats and a mouth guard.
And a desire to play and have a good time, right?
Yeah. Learn the sport. We had a lot of new people sign up this year. Numbers weren't as good as they have been in the past.
Right.
That's the result of financials and the thing that happened the last couple of years, as you mentioned earlier. And so I think it was just a little bit, people didn't realize it was coming back as much. So numbers were a little bit lower, but we have 3 teams. We're playing 10-man ball this year, and we're still looking for people if they want to sign up. We're going to run till November 19th on Saturdays. So.
Yeah, okay. And you say you're starting this weekend as the first game, or?
Yeah, our first game will be 8th.
Right. Okay.
So we have a TV game at 9:00 in the morning, and then our Bantams play at 11.
And where? Tell everybody where the games happen.
We're at Norton Perry Park, the corner of Exmouth there. We have a couple Wednesday night games playing this year too. So.
Okay. All right. And that's a beautiful park down there. Like, I know, like, wasn't there just new turf put down there recently? Like,
yeah, the field's it's in really good condition. As always with a lot of sports in the city, there's things that you'd like to see, candidates maybe, or people that are talking more investment in the city and other things, but the field itself is in really good condition and it's nice to play on.
Yeah, it gets well used, that's for sure.
Sure.
What now you've been talking about money. I mean, it's only $180. Like, I was waiting for you to say like $300-400 or something like that. But SMAA, you guys do fundraisers to help with this kind of thing, though, don't you?
Yeah, we try to do a punt pass kick day where we do that's a big fundraiser for us. Not sure we're going to be pulling off this year, but we have concessions that we'll be selling throughout the Saturdays as well that'll help raise some money for it. And we said each money goes towards the field rental and towards our costs, and then builds up for more for the years.
Right. And is there, if I want to come out and watch a game, is there a ticket fee?
Nope, we just walk right in, come on out and sit and enjoy it and cheer on the teams and cheer on the kids that are out there learning the sport and building. We like obviously teaching the sport, but a big thing I like about it is you create friendships and teamwork that carries through. I've been in football as far as with kids for about, say 15 years with my son playing and whatnot. And there's still kids that call me coach when I see them out. And I remember them from when they were playing. So it's something that as with a lot of sports, it creates a bond, and it's really great to see some people carrying on.
Yeah. Well, and you say those bonds, those relationships. And I think a lot of people that, like yourself, have been involved in sports. I know people who coach basketball and all of that done properly. Really, they're long-term relationships, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure. It's good, and the kids know they can reach out to you because you talk to them anytime you need, and sometimes it's good just to talk to them, help them out through things.
Let's talk about that for just a moment there. We hear the 2 words all the time, mental health, right? Mm-hmm. And Deb Patel out there from No One Stands Alone, she wants to talk to you about getting these booklets in your hands. But is that something that the SMAA deals with or is aware with, or
there's awareness to it. Our coaches here really, like I said, they spend a lot of time talking to the kids throughout practice. So the idea is to keep everything fluid, I guess, with the parents. If there's something the kids, if they see something wrong, a lot of them will pull them off to the side and make sure everything's cool. And if they need anybody to talk to, a lot of coaches say, here's my email. If you need to call, just give me a message. Let me know.
Yeah. Perfect.
It is something obviously that's taking more prevalent as we're going. So there are things I would like to add into it if we could, because it's a lot of teenagers, right? And with everything going on, we're one of those avenues that maybe we have stuff that they can refer to,
Yeah. Well, and that's just the thing, because like you're a coach and you're caring, but you maybe don't have all the education or the skills to be able to, like, you only deal with so much, right? Yeah. Kind of like in hockey, they have face-off for mental health, and that that's connected to other things. So, do you see maybe something like that coming around in the future?
Something like that would be great. I think would be a perfect addition, right? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it, and the earlier, kind of diverting into that, the earlier you can get rid of a stigma of it, of being able to talk out, is better. So if we have things that we can show kids at a younger age, it does nothing but benefit, right?
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk the competitive side of this sport, football. I mean, I got to tell you, well, you and I know each other pretty well. Like, you probably know, like, I'm not really the like I didn't know there was 4 quarters because I can't add, right? So but I've been watching a little bit more of football, like NFL, and I'm like, I never really got it before, but then somebody said to me, well, like there's only 17 games, right? So if you lose 2 games, like you're not doing very well, right? So how competitive is it at this level that you're talking?
There's a competitive level to it. Like I said, a lot of it's teaching is, the junior E leagues, and we get a little bit higher. But I mean, it's just like anybody else. They're on the field. Everybody wants to win and have fun. Our coaches see a lot of, it is just about the game. It is building and learning it. But I mean, all kids are going to be competitive, right? Everybody wants to go and win, do their best. So, and again, it's an exciting game. I love this game. There's nothing else in it. Breaking off a bit. Watch these guys break off a big run. We saw a lot of passing on the scrimmage there this weekend, and you don't usually see that at the junior level. And at this level, because we're trying to teach the game, it's very exciting to watch. And I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a short year compared to years past.
Okay.
But it should be fun. Should be really fun.
So how many weeks do you play?
Games,
I guess I should say.
What are we going? About 7 weeks. I think everybody's going to have about 4 games. So there'll be 2 home, 2 away games technically. I mean, they're all at Northern Perry, but as they're listed, so everybody have 4 games.
So this is all local teams then?
Yes. Yeah.
And how many teams are there?
We have 3 in the Bantam and 3 in the PB.
Okay. All right. So that'll keep everybody running for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What about awards or rewards, or is there like MVPs and all that sort of thing?
Team spirit awards, some community involvement where it's just some overall things that we've issued, and championship trophies, obviously. And the coaches all pick somebody, the team player of the year, right? So they all get trophies at the end too.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, that's all a part of it, right? It's learning to appreciate the team effort thing, but then there's individuals that deserve maybe a little extra pat on the back for their efforts, right? That stuff. So how long have you been a coach for SMAA?
Off and on for, say, about 14 years.
Is that right, eh? Wow.
My son playing and just helping out now. My son doesn't play anymore. Obviously, he's too old, but we got to keep involved. I love the sport, so I want to keep it growing as we can.
Right. Well, and there's kind of my next question is like, so when football's not happening, there's still things happening with SMAA though, right? Like, I mean, what keeps happening there?
We've got our baseball season set up, right? And then, so we finish this off, we'll go a couple months where there's really kind of a downtime, and then baseball for girls fastball, boys fastball will start signing up. Like usually in January, they start signing up kids because they want to get our seasons going for May.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the football keep going and going. So
the Sarnia Minor Athletic Association's had a really strong impact on a lot of families for many, many years. And I know it takes like a lot of volunteers to pull this off, like you need coaches and you need there's a lot going on there, right? What if somebody wants to be a volunteer or be a coach? What's the process in that? I'm assuming some vetting and stuff, or
we haven't encountered that. The volunteers for a lot of things are hard, but a lot of the coaches we have been coaching for years, and they kind of coach high school ball too.
Okay.
You really hope you don't run into that. If you don't, you try to be the person that can wear as many hats as you possibly can to keep it going.
Yeah.
There are a lot of dedicated guys that are they're coaching that none of their kids play anymore, but they don't want to see the sport die, and they don't want to change it, so they love the sport, so they keep it going.
How many of these kids do you ever see them like go on to higher levels of football?
We've seen some moving to college. I can't remember some of their names, but there's some will go on to university ball. Mitchell Smiley used to be involved with it, and he was moved into University of Western when he was younger. That's one that topped up. We have a lot of kids that go into, obviously, in the Sturgeon program and have kind of moved into Team Ontario games and made Team Canada a few times. So
nice.
It is fun to watch. So. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for all you do with the SMAA and to everybody in the team there. And I think I'd love to have you, message me the schedule and everything. Or is there a website people can go to?
The Sarnia, we have the Facebook page. It's for SMA football. And then we also have sarniaminorathletic.com.
Okay.
The schedule should be going up on there hopefully this week. So.
Yeah, okay. I'd love to come out to a game. Just
it'd be great.
It's something to do, and it's free. Why wouldn't you go? It's free.
Yep, it's great. Hot chocolates there for sale and everything, so it's great.
Okay, cool. Grizz, thanks so much. Before I let you get back to your day, is there anything we missed or you want to add in there to make sure everybody knows about it?
No, I think that's what it is. Like I said, we're always looking for volunteers. Anybody wants to come out, come on out, send me a message, hit me up on Facebook. Other than that, yeah, I'd love to see us out there cheering our kids on. The kids love to have people watching. So hopefully we can see more and more people out.
Right on. Okay, Grizz, we'll see you at a game, buddy. Take care.
Talk to you.
All right, my friend Chris Isaac. We'll call him by his real name there. But I didn't play a lot of sports when I was younger. I played some soccer. I played badminton. I was good at badminton. Go ahead, laugh. But I never really got into the football thing or whatever. But I know it's important. Baseball, everything the SMAA does is important and has a positive impact, as you heard Chris talking about, on many families and individuals. So if you want to find out more, or maybe you got somebody who wants to thinking about playing, or you just want to get out to a game, there it is, Sarnia Minor Athletic.com for all the information on the SMAA, and its registration is still open for a little while, so make sure you get there quick and do that. Thanks so much, Chris, for joining us. I only have one guest here today because I want to make sure that they get the focus they deserve. Now, you can spend your time clicking on the like button and the love button, and I really appreciate that. But what I really ask you to do is click the share button. The purpose of having the show and having guests on is to help them get their message to everyone else. So you can help the SMAA by clicking the share button here today and telling your friends about it, and maybe just commenting on their website. Go to their website, check it out, and maybe share their website around. The share button is the most important thing that you can do. If you're watching me on YouTube, I would really appreciate you taking the time to click that subscribe button and the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I go live and I upload other videos about different things out there as well. You can go and watch the Western Ontario Outlaws racing. I've got Lacrosse Pacers that I live stream their games, and there's a lot going on there. So make sure you click that subscribe. Other than that, thanks again once to my sponsors. You can see them around the screen. Click on the links in the Facebook comments and check them out and give them their support. Give them your support as much as you can. And thanks, of course, to all of you. I really do appreciate all of you. It's nice to be back in the chair live right here from home. Thanks again, everybody. That's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend. I will see you next time right here on the show. Bye for now.